The ground just would not stop moving in Southern California. Imagine sitting in your living room in Brawley, California, hearing dishes rattle once and again for hours. That is exactly what residents in Imperial County experienced, as more than 150 earthquakes shook the region during a powerful earthquake swarm that peaked with a magnitude 4.5 quake. And now, a lot of people are asking the same question. Was this just another California quake swarm or a warning sign of something bigger coming? Do not forget to subscribe, like, and share for more updates. Thanks. What makes this story so fascinating is not just the number of earthquakes. It is the speed, frequency, and intensity of them. According to the United States Geological Survey and regional seismic monitoring agencies, the swarm started Saturday afternoon near Brawley, south of the Salton Sea, and quickly escalated into dozens upon dozens of tremors. Some were minor, others were strong enough to send residents rushing outside. ABC 7 Los Angeles. Now here's the part that grabs everyone's attention. Scientists say this area is actually famous for earthquake swarms. The Brawley seismic zone sits between the San Andreas Fault and the Imperial Fault, making it one of the most geologically active regions in California. In other words, this is not random. This region behaves differently from many other fault systems because it often produces clusters of earthquakes instead of one giant main shock followed by aftershocks. Wikipedia. But even if swarms are normal here, over 150 quakes in such a short period still sounds alarming to the public, and honestly, it should get attention. The strongest quake, measured at magnitude 4.5, hit Saturday night after several other moderate tremors, ranging between the 3.0 and 4.4 range. Residents described feeling constant rolling motions beneath them. Some said the shaking kept coming every few minutes. Officials in Brawley reported no major injuries or catastrophic damage, but authorities warned residents to stay alert because aftershocks could continue. ABC 7 Los Angeles. And this is where the bigger debate begins. Every time Southern California experiences a swarm like this, social media explodes with fear about the big one. Some people immediately connect any activity near the San Andreas Fault to a future megaquake. Others argue these swarms actually help release stress gradually. The truth is more complicated. Seismologists generally caution against claiming a major earthquake is definitely coming. Earthquakes remain extremely difficult to predict with precision. However, scientists do watch swarms closely because they can sometimes precede larger seismic events. The challenge is that many swarms simply fade away without producing a catastrophic quake. That uncertainty is exactly what makes events like this so unsettling. And here is another important angle most headlines are missing. This story is also about infrastructure and preparedness. California has some of the toughest earthquake building standards in the world, but swarms test more than buildings. They test public confidence, emergency communication systems, and community readiness. When earthquakes happen continuously over several hours, people become exhausted, anxious, and hyperalert. Sleep disappears. Panic buying starts. Rumors spread online. Even moderate quakes can create psychological stress when they keep repeating. This is why emergency officials constantly push earthquake preparedness kits and evacuation planning. Because when a swarm begins, nobody knows immediately whether it will stop at magnitude 4.5 or continue climbing higher. Another reason this quake swarm matters nationally is because it happened in a region many Americans rarely think about. Imperial County is not Los Angeles or San Francisco, but geologically, it is incredibly important. The area sits near a complex fault network connected to tectonic movement between the Pacific Plate and North American Plate. Experts have long viewed the region as one of the key stress transfer zones in Southern California. Wikipedia. And if you think people in San Diego were not paying attention, think again. Reports say shaking was felt across parts of Southern California, reigniting conversations about earthquake readiness throughout the region. Even residents far from Brawley suddenly remembered how vulnerable California can be when the earth starts moving without warning. What stands out most in this story is how quickly nature can dominate the news cycle. 1 minute people are scrolling social media normally. The next minute phones buzz with quake alerts, shelves shake, and everyone starts checking earthquake apps to see whether another tremor is coming. That uncertainty is the real story here, not just the 4.5 magnitude quake. Not just the 150 tremors, but the reminder that California lives with constant geological tension beneath its surface every single day. And as scientists continue monitoring Imperial County, one question remains hanging in the air tonight. Was this simply another routine earthquake swarm in the Brawley seismic zone, or the latest reminder that Southern California's fault systems are very much awake? What do you think? Would a swarm of nonstop earthquakes make you stay calm, or pack your bags immediately? Let me know in the comments. And if you want more real-time breaking news analysis on earthquakes, natural disasters, and major world events, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss the next update.